Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense. Today we are diving deep into Domino's Pizza stock. They do have earnings on Monday morning, so I just want to look at the chart. I want to see what insiders are doing, what hedge funds are doing, what sales are looking like, are earnings per share growing, all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and start this adventure together and let's go. So we are on the world's greatest website, finviz.com, and we are going to ticker symbol DPZ. And I'm going to go ahead and open up my Thinkorswim because we are diving deep. DPZ. I bet you I've charted this one before. Maybe not. Oh, I did. Let's see what we got. Okay, so I charted this a long time ago, and you can see this has respected my drawings pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and do some updates. Extend to the right. Okay, so given this candle here, it definitely looks like a blow off top. I think we might see 447, 450. Maybe. This is just the chart. We're going to take a look at some other things, but that's what the chart's telling me. I'm going to have to draw some new lines just because it does need to be updated. We'll go right. Let's go right there. That looks good. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just keep it like that. So we can see a lot of chop down here off of support. U-shape bounce, and that was a 280 to 500, almost a 500% move, or I'm sorry, almost a 100% move. Do we touch this support here? I'm not sure. We have earnings tomorrow or Monday morning. If the earnings are absurdly bullish, I could see this reversing and going up. And this would make an insane candle. This will be a long leg doji candle. But I mean, this stock has ran over the last, gosh, 6 months from 327 to 497. So without a break. So I think maybe it comes and gets a break here, maybe. And again, what I'm saying is break is 447, maybe. But let's go ahead and just go back to the chart. So the daily, this is trading above the 200. It's on a slight downtrend over the past few days. I think everything's been on a slight downtrend for the past month. But we're going to look at the bigger picture really quick. And we can see the strength is still there. The momentum might be coming back down, or it might be continuing back up. Really depends. We have definitely exceeded our way into the upper Bollinger right here. You see this white space in between, and you can see this stock has been up into the Bollinger for the past 2 months. You can see right here, every time it goes into the upper Bollinger like this, it needs to come back down to reality. The midline is around 360 right now. We do have the SMA 50 at 400, around 400. So a breather would make sense to me. Money flow, look at this. Money flow is just pummeling into the stock. Relative momentum is just tuning upwards. And again, this bounced a few times off 292 and it's to 492 now. So do I think a break could be necessary? Maybe. Okay, we are going to do a couple things here. First of all, this is beautiful up and to the right. And then EPS also up and to the right. You can see they kind of plateaued in 2021 to 2022. Then they regained their footing in 2023. Looks good. Shares outstanding are naturally going down. That is great. There is no dilution. Gross margins are 38%. That is beautiful. PE is kind of expensive at 32. What you want to do for any sector, this is consumer cyclical restaurants. I would compare this to like your Papa John's, your other pizza stocks. I'm not sure what those are. And see what their price earnings are. 32, that's a bit expensive. The forward DP is 26, so it does feel like there might be some slowdown. Looks like insiders might be selling, and also institutions might be selling, but we'll get into that in a minute. I want to go ahead and run my calculation to see what I get for what the desired stock price could be. So what we're going to do is we're going to account for the market cap, which is 16,490,000,000. 16 bill 400 mil. They make 519,120,000 in income. That's amazing. And they do 4,480,000,000 in sales. That is absurd. And now we're going to go account for the cash and the debt. If you're asking where this calculation comes from, I used to work at a micro cap startup, and we had regulators come in to value the stock. Every 100 million in sales was equivalent to a $1 stock. When you have a market cap over 1 billion, I essentially account for that to the stock. So 1 billion is $10 and so on. So you'll get the drift here in a minute. And we're going to look at the quarterly data. All right. So they have 400 plus 403,130,000 in cash. That's good. Total long-term debt is 5 billion. That's crazy. So minus 5,113,610,000. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna move the calculator for a second. Total assets is 1.76 billion. Total liabilities is 5.8 billion. What? What does Rogers got to say about that? Same thing. That is nuts because I'm not going to say the word when liabilities exceed assets. What happens when liabilities are greater than assets, you say? I'm not going to say the B word, but you know. So that's not good. Looking down here at the insider selling, it looks like these Cynthia and Kevin Scott. Yeah, the number of shares aren't very concerning compared to the overall. It looks like Kevin Scott sold maybe 10%. Cynthia sold definitely over 10%. And then Russell Weiner, you could see it looks like he's doing a option. So you can see he sold 15, but he got 15. Same with Lisa Price, who did 49.49. But then again, you have again Cynthia who's selling, continues to sell. So just very interesting. I'm very shocked at the total liabilities exceeding assets, and they are issuing a dividend. I would think they would want to keep that dividend and pay off their debt. They have 5 billion in debt. That is insane. Okay. Anyway, going back to my calculation, we're not going to take this and we're going to divide it by 34,600,000. Saying a stock price of $484. The stock is 473 right now. Not much of a apex there. And I look at apex as the differential. So the target price is 44. The stock is currently 473. That's $10, $11 of potential gain there. What do analysts have this at? 502. Who's closest to mine? Okay, Argus has 530, Gordon Bassett 467, HSBC 466, Benchmark 455, and then Oppenheimer and TD Cowen 450. So the closest person to me is Gordon Haskett. I don't know who that is, but it doesn't matter. I'm not seeing much of a premium here, and the stock definitely Looks like it needs to cool down, but let's see what institutions and hedge funds are doing here. The old data shows that institutions and hedge funds own 95% with a 9% sell-off. Is that the case? We're going to find out. Nope. Insiders have been buying 112%. So that's about a 17% difference. Vanguard decreased, BlackRock decreased, and T. Rowe Price added 2.4 million shares on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, love. Okay. Let's see if we got any big sellers here. Not seeing any big selling. I'm seeing more greens. Okay. When an institution or hedge fund sells out, you don't see how much they sell out. So that's not really fair to compare. And you can see there's a lot that are adding. So I think overall, you know what? Let's go back to the charts. This is a low float stock, by the way. If there's under 100 million shares, this is a low float stock. So yeah, what I mean by that is so my 484 was my calculated price. I say no, but we're gonna look at the bullish and the bear side. So if we take our 34,600,000 shares and we multiply it by our 473, that's $16 billion. And then wait, let's $16 billion. Someone could just come in and easily, I don't want to say manipulate, but like change the trajectory of the stock. So again, my high level current thinking right now, I can afford to wait because I have the 484 target, all-time high is 566. And look at these candles, like the stock went from 562 down to 417. And then it just went up the last few months. It went from 337 to 504. I think it could use a break. So my bearish price target is 448. It's like right opposite of my 484. So bearish is 448. And I guess this is good support, right? And then, oops, let's bring this over. We have resistance right there. That's not a clear line. What am I doing? Come on. Yes. Sorry, guys. There. And resistance is right here. 526. So bearish, if the stock is going to go down, I think we wait for 448, maybe lower, maybe get some long-term consolidation in this area, this little polygon area. Not polygon, what am I talking about? I don't know what you call this. Diamond right here. Get some long-term consolidation, or 484 is bull target number one. Bull target number two is 526. I do own this one in my long-term M1 account, and I'll probably buy more soon. It's a long-term account, so I think Domino's Pizza is going to be all right for a while. And I'm just going to draw some more lines. All right, I'm going to do some more stuff right here. So I'm going from the highest high of 567.57 to the lowest of the low, which was, I'm sorry, to the latest low of the low forward looking, which is going to be this candle right here, which is 285.84, 285.84, right I'll go back in and edit it. Edit properties, 285.84. It's actually outside of the chop zone, so I'm kind of rethinking my stance here. I don't know if this is going to fall back into this heavy reconciliation area. And look how you saw what I did. I went from this high, the latest high, to the forwardest low, the most recent low, and look how well these lines, these Fibonacci arcs, respect the candles, or their candles respect the arcs. Right here, we get resistance, resistance on this middle candle. This other candle barely breaks up, acts as support, acts as resistance, tries to break up, resistance, resistance perfect, resistance perfect, resistance perfect, perfect resistance, perfect support, perfect resistance, perfect support, resistance, and now it's over. So I think I change my, I keep it. I say, okay, bear target number 1 is 467, bear target number 2, 484, bull target number 1, 484, bull target number 2, 525. And I think if we do some consolidation here for like a bear or a bull flag, so we have our flagpole here, and I'll make it really glaringly obvious. So here's our flagpole, and I'll make it purple, I guess. There's our pole, and here's our flag. Well, it's already kind of... Okay, this thicker blue area that I just drew right here. So we want to see maybe some bounces in here, and then a whoop, whoop, a shoot up. So I'm not a stock market guru. I'm a long-term investor, and when I'm wrong, I have a lot of time to make it right. So I'll wait on this one. Although I already own some. Actually, if I already own some, I'm up. So yeah, good. See, that's the great thing about long-term investing. If you buy a solid company that you know is not going to go down the dump, continue to buy it down the future. Wait for the price to go down and consolidate. So anyway, again, that's my thoughts on this. I would like to see some consolidation here for a power move up. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, consider subscribing, hit the like button, leave a comment, tell me, are you a Domino's Pizza fan, Papa John's fan, or other? I am other, but I like the stock. Thank you. Goodbye.